case we have one question, you can tell your name and which Dhamma school or university that you represent and post your question to the Venerable Pharaoh.
The Buddha taught Mahivedena Vedana that hatred can be never ended by hatred, but by love alone. When we witness any injustice or conflicts in the world, how can we take action to help without losing our own inner peace to anger? Thank you.
Hatred can never cease by hatred, but love and kindness can cease hatred. That's the Buddha teaching. Is that right? In this world, nowadays, there are so many hateful things. There are so many haters among us here right now. We don't love each other that much, right? There's a lot of people that we don't like either. Is that true? Even our neighbors, we are living like next to each other, but sometimes we cannot love each other. Unfortunately, this is the truth. This is the nature of the beings. We cannot do anything to stop that, but we are gratefully and luckily that the Buddha born and show us the way, show us the path to stay calm, to how to handle our emotions, for us not to be drawn into all those hateful things. And for that reason, we as Buddhist monks who walk for peace is also to raise awareness of peace to all the people. Because we've been fighting a lot. Fighting back and forth, fighting with each other, even in our family, we still don't have peace.
Let me know if your sound is good this time, because somebody said sound was bad.
Same understanding, we cannot talk together, and that is where the problem comes from the inside out. Regardless of what's happening in this world, regardless of how people deal with each other. But if we are calling ourselves as Buddhist followers, learning and practicing the Buddha teachings, we should understand that each and every being has their own karma. Like, if you practice to purify your mind, then you will live at peace. If you cannot practice to purify your mind, then you will live with suffering at all time. And so, when we walk to show the world that loving kindness and compassion and peace is always there, it's just that you have to look at the people surround you as your relatives. If you can see they are your relatives, which they are. In many previous lives, we already been our family members, husband and wife, mother and father, and students and teachers and friends, and so on. And the Buddha also said, in the future, we will repeat this samsara and we will meet each other again. Let's say today. Almost all of you and me, we have never met each other before. Is that right? But why now? Why at this time, right here, that we met with each other, and now we are listening to each other and sharing, and so much love and support to the Walk for Peace monks, and you willing to listen to my message. It's because in many previous lives, we have repeated this already. We have that seed. So now that seed is germinated. right? It bears fruit. That is why. It's the right time, right conditions. And so there will be no haters around us if we look at them as our family, our relatives. And of course, a lot of the time we cannot manage our emotion because of people saying such thing, people doing such thing, that we feel hurt. It's because we take that into as personal. We always react on everything, and expectation. I am like this. Why do you say that to me? Things like that. We always put our ego in front. I am this title, I am that title, so on and so on. You know, when I walk in the United States, there are so many people curse at us, saying bad words. Step on the gas pedal so the black smoke cover all the monks. And there are so many protesters who protest us and saying that I lead the people to hell. And all the people who follow Buddha will go to hell. Things like that. But how did I react? I also react because I'm still a human, right? Do you know how I react? I look straight to their eyes, not a Buddha's eyes, but I look straight to them and say, may you be well, be happy, and be peaceful. That's how we should react. Then that is love. That is caring, that is compassion, that is peace. Once you react that way, you will have peace for yourself first. Right? And that person will not feel hurt either. Because when we confront, there's 3 places to go. You know where? First place is to go after a fight. It's the hospital. Second place, jail, prison. And the third place, funeral home. After a fight. Nothing benefit. But once you react with kindness, you gain a lot of benefits. Your morality, your virtue, all those you gain from it, that's you call the son, the children of the Buddha, because that's all he taught us. How to be kind, how to liberate suffering, how to manage our emotion.
The next question, do we have? Yes, we have. What's your name?
Venerable Sir, you have said that we must establish peace at home before seeking world peace. For those of us living busy lives, where is one practical mindfulness habit we can use to stop external stress from entering our inner home? Thank you, sir.
The peace that we always share is from within, right? Peace can never come to us from whoever out there. Regardless of how great and how wonderful that person is, they cannot bring peace to the world. And yet, there were so many ancestors and so many brave people who have tried many things, many different ways to bring peace to the world. But that can only affect to a portion of the world, to a very little amount of people, but not for all beings. Is that right? Us as Buddhist monks are the same thing. We are not walking to fix this world. We are not doing that. We are walking to raise the awareness of peace that is always begins from within. Once you be able to stay calm, patiently, mindfully, look back within, you will find peace. Let's say earlier I mentioned, when people give you lemons, when this world throwing lemon at you, throwing rock at you, and bitter melons at you, you always react with anger. Then there will be no peace. But if they throw in lemon at you, just take those lemons and make some lemonades. Okay? If they throw in rock at you, take those rocks, decorate your own garden. If they throw in bitter melons at you, which Sri Lanka eat a lot of sugar, probably a lot of diabetes, cook that bitter melons, consume it, that can cure diabetes as well. So if you can react that way, be kind to the haters, be kind to everything that comes to you without expectation, you'll be able to stay calm and peace. And of course, all that has to come back to mindfulness technique. Without practicing mindfulness technique, we cannot earn that peace. So we walk to show you the key. Peace is already been with you, it's never left you. All you need to do is just use that key, unlock that box where you have kept seed, peace, and happiness inside, and you have left it somewhere. You've forgotten it. Now unlock that box, freed it. You will live at peace, with peace. It's because when you be able to breathe in and breathe out with awareness, you will feel peaceful. For most of us, for all of us, we have to breathe in and breathe out to keep us alive. But seems like we died a long time ago because we never pay attention to our breath. We just breathe and breathe just like a robot. Right? So now, mindfulness technique is to add awareness to that breath. In, out. In, out. Thought pop up. That monkey mind pop up, jump right here and jump right there. If you be able to see that monkey jumping, catch it. Tell that monkey to stay still, right here. And then you breathe in, breathe out, that monkey jump again. This is the nature of the mind. The mind is keep thinking and thinking rapidly. Within 1 second, there are millions of thoughts, right? So, if we are mindful enough, we will see all those thoughts pop, rising and falling like this. That is how we train our mind. And now if you hear noise, if you hear sound, for most of us, we are distracted by those, right? Let's say when you try to study, your sisters, your younger brothers are crying and asking for food, and you get mad. You react with madness. Or when you try to study, or when you try to do something and your mom and your dad tell you something and you irritated, you get mad, right? There will be no peace. But if you be able to stay calm and focus, when you focus in here, but when you hear sound, all you need to do is just observe that sound, acknowledge that sound, and then come back right here. Instead of react, we just observe it, acknowledge it, come back here. Because this is our daily routine. You will hear all kinds of noises, all kinds of sounds. We cannot escape. How about this body? This physical body, we cannot escape from aging, illness, and dying. Being born, age, sickness, die, we cannot escape. So, my body, am I in pain? Yes. Do I have back pain? Yes. Leg pain? Yes, everything. Just stand like you are. When I walk in America, there's a man come to me and say, Venerable Sir, can you pray over me because I have back pain. It's so bad and I can't handle it. And I asked him, how long have you had back pain? He said, 7 years. 7 years seems to be long enough. And I congratulate him because I said, congratulations. Because I also have back pain for 20 years. And I pray every day too, but it didn't cure. It means that whatever comes to this body, we just need to accept, acknowledge it without react. Then your day will be much different. The reason why we are suffering so much is because we always react. Always react. And mindfulness jump in right there. If you practice every day, when things pop up in your head, your ear, this physical body, anything happen, if you be able to stay focused, mindful with all that, then you will not suffer. So inner peace is something that we practice every single day to bring peace to ourselves, our family, our neighbors, society, and the country and the world. Without practicing this, there will be no peace.
Thank you, Lotero. I believe you got your answer that peace starts from within. We now have the chance for another one of you to pose your questions. Yes, please.
I'm Shimala Mahaganagi from JNS Joe. Venerable Thera, my question would be, what is the most effective way to practice loving kindness toward individuals we find difficult to work with or disagree with?
Loving kindness is also a practice, a way of practice. This is one of the ways that you should practice. And loving kindness is something that you can radiate it to the others. Okay? If you have time every day, just sit down and relax. Breathe in and breathe out. Just relax like that. And then scan all the way from the top of the head down to the bottom of the feet. Okay, look through it and then relax. Try to relax your whole body and your mind. And then now you think of yourself. What I did is I put myself in front right here. Close my eye. I imagine of my face right here. Face expression must be relaxed. Smile. Okay? Not like tense, okay? Relax the face. Give yourself a smile. And then look at you in front of you, even though you close your eye. Look at it. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be free from all kind of sufferings. Just like that. Just imagine of yourself and then repeat that message. May I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful, may I be free from all kind of suffering. Slowly like that. You keep doing that to yourself until you feel cool and calm and relaxed. That kind of feeling, sensation that you have never felt before. Keep doing that until you feel that sensation, okay? Now, you can spread it to the next person. Who is the next person that you should radiate that metta, which is the person that you love, but not a different sex, which is if you're female, you have to radiate that to your mother, or a teacher who also female, because you don't want to do it to the opposite sex because you will attach to that person. Okay? So may my mom be well, imagine of her face. Just capture that best image of her and then put it right here. May she be well, may she be happy, may she be peaceful, may she be free from all kinds of suffering. Keep doing that until you feel like she is at peace and you are also at peace. Now you can move to the next level, which is a different sex. And then keep spreading that way out to the one that you hate, the hater, and all kind of beings, just like that. But always have to start from yourself. You have to do it for yourself first. You can apply this every time before the breathing method, practicing. Always just take about 5-10 minutes and radiate that metta for yourself. Especially for those who practice in secluded area or where you feel scared, you can radiate that metta for yourself first before you practice the breathing.
Thank you. Okay, we have Prince.
I'm Dilshan from University of Visual and Performing Arts. Yes, sir. I would like to ask you, did you notice any significant differences between United States and Sri Lanka while conducting the peace war? Thank you.
It's not a lot different. It's a big difference from United States versus Sri Lanka. United States is Christian country. Sri Lanka is Buddhist country. Is that right? So it's totally opposite. Buddhist monks in United States, in their eyes, it's just like normal people. Nothing special. Right? Because they don't know anything about Buddhism. And so when we conduct that walk in United States, it's just like, oh, there's a group of Buddhist monks who walk. At the beginning, they don't know anything about that walk. They don't even pay attention to it. But later on, when they see that movement is so touched, it's because the monk walk without violence, without banner, without anything, just walk patiently under the heat, under the cold, the rain, snow, and everything like that, silently. And the message that we share is non-violence. The message that we share is not about religions, not about political, nothing but peace. So for that reason, I believe that they have enough of sufferings because of so many things already. Now that just a simple walk to raise that awareness in them, that is how it moves them. And that's how it draws them their attention to support this mission. And they all came out regardless of their background, their skin colors, languages that they speak, faith, belief, everything. But they all willing to drop down everything to come out to support and to listen to the monks who walk to talk. And they willing to take that into action to practice daily. Within a short period of time, walking millions and millions of people in the United States and around the world, following and then practicing up until now, they still practice. Why? It's because the message is so clear. It's nothing about religions. And Buddhism is not a religion, right? Our message is also stay away from all that religious things as well. So in America, it's easier for them to accept once they know the truth of that walk, that message. As long as we don't try to convert anybody, As long as we show them the path the right way, they're willing to accept, which is, this is something very new to the Western world. And again, come back to the first question and first answer I said, because of the right time, right conditions, everything happened that way. And all those people who came out, they already had that seed. Now it germinated, now it's bearing fruit. That's it. Now we flew all the way to Sri Lanka. Only 6-7 days of walking in Sri Lanka. But our monks, we compare, within 6 days of walking in Sri Lanka is more like over a month walking in America. Do you know why? Our first day, thanks to our perfect coordinator, he let us walk from 6 a.m. until midnight. Very long walk. It's because we want to reach to this destination on time, that is why. But I have to tell you my experience. I walked in India before, and I know how it feels with this barefoot on asphalt road. The asphalt are melting, right? Even a Loka cannot bear that feeling. He cannot walk. So we are the same. When the sun rises and it's so hot. But I have to say that Sri Lankan is so super nice and kind to get all those banana leaves and make a path for us to walk. I don't know where all those banana came from, but so many of very miles and miles of banana leaves. But without water, that also can burn our feet without banana leaves, right? And so the first day, I look at my brother monk, Ajahn Pia Kambo, the one who walked behind me. We both look at each other and smile. We know that, well, this is the first time with this feeling in Sri Lanka. The first day, we don't even have time to prepare ourselves. And so we have to endure that, and we have to be mindful with that. And how did we be able to walk like that, but not feeling like angry or anything like that, even though the first day was exhausted? Because we always focus on our mindfulness practicing. When I walk, I always focus on my breathing. So if you try that, if you don't focus on one thing, all those difficulties will distract you, it will pull you off track. You can try it and you see. So always, that's why mindfulness is always applied to every activities. Walking, standing, lying down, sitting, and all activities within our daily activities. If we be able to do that, then our day will be much different. So it is so much different between Sri Lanka walk and America, because this is a Buddhist country. And all these lovely people already know how to worship the triple gems, how to offer, and we receive offerings to the point where we feel tired on our hands as well. And so much love to the point that they come out and try to grab us as well. And I have to tell you one thing, that is also not mindful. Even though those are trying because of love, because of hospitality, nothing wrong with it, nothing wrong whatsoever. It's just that we will lose the most important thing, trying to gain a very little thing, which is merit and hospitality, but we lost the big message, which is peace, right? We coming out to support this mission, peace, so we have to be at peace and calm as always, right? When we push in each other, that create chaotic. also endure ourselves and the others. Sometimes they are not mindful enough, they will get mad, right? So we didn't do the right way. But understandable, still love, still care. But I truly hope that this message from today will apply to all the people around the world in this country, so that later on, if there will be another mission or some other ones who walk on the same path, it will be better for all of us. I always say to my people, and wherever I go, I always say this thing. If you sacrifice your life, you sacrifice your time, your money, your family, everything, to come to the temple, to come to support one of the mission, always have to bring home peace and merit. If you come home with anger, unhappy, suffer, then don't do it. Don't waste your time. Because all those times you could do something better. Right? So I hope that this message is clear for all of us, so that we can learn it and then we can change that later on. And we still love you all, even though sometimes it's very stressful when people try to grab the monks. But it's still understandable and we still love you all. Thank you.
Venerable Bhante, I'm Vinit Thakur from University of Colombo Faculty of Medicine. So, as a practicing doctor like Bhante, so patients come to us and we give medicines and we cure the physical disease. It's true, one should be attached to the patient, but we give medicine and cure the physical disease, but still our patients are suffering in this cycle with no discoverable beginning, samsara. So the constant thought in my mind is that we are curing the physical disease, but we are not actually helping them to escape from samsara. There's that dilemma in my mind. So am I actually curing them, or am I just curing them temporarily? So that's the thought in my mind. Bhante, how would you advise me?
He's a physician.
The Buddha
And
have taught
they
us
cure.
84,000 Dhammakanda. Right? 84,000 Dhammakanda. And he gave us the best medicines ever in this world that is suitable for each and every single being. And of course, you are practicing in the medical field. All you can provide is medicines, which we are all taking it. The difference is, there are some type of medicines, instead of curing, they try to keep that illness kind of longer period of time to get more benefits and things like that. So there are different mindset when we make medicines, right? A different doctor, different field, different mindsets. We cannot speak on all of those, but because of all those medicines can help people ease their illness, which is bring peace to their body, right? They are not suffer because of that pain. Like when we walk, without medicine, we cannot walk that much because of painful. That is why we need you. That's why we need doctor and nurse and all those kind of medicines. But we have to be mindful when using the medicine and providing the medicines in the right way, so that we don't commit into bad karma. That is the most important thing. Now come to the mind. You're right, because the medicines is just to cure this physical illness, but the mind illness is the most important thing that medicine cannot cure. That is why the Buddha is being born to show us all those medicines. Just like one time when there's a venerable monk, he was really bad in memorizing. Within one Vastu, 3 months of Rani retreat, he could not memorize the sutta, very short Dhammapada. And then he was trying to learn and learn, and he couldn't memorize it. And his brother monk asked him to disrobe and go home, and then he cried. And then the Buddha knows that, okay, this is his time. The Buddha came and gave him a piece of white cloth, asked him to use it and do like this, right? And then he realized Nibbana. He realized and he became enlightened because of seeing this from the white cloth, it changed in the color because of this rubbing, right? That is the best medicine that's suitable for him, but it doesn't mean that it's for all of us. And there's a lady who Buddha told her to go take a shower, and then the water coming out down to the feet, and she became enlightenment. So all those techniques is based on the parami that we have. If we have good parami, we could enlightenment just listening to one of the senses. We can become enlightenment right away. That's why Buddha said, if you are wise enough, practice diligently mindfulness technique. Within 7 days, the fastest you can get to Nibbana stage. Slower, 7 months. Slower, 7 years. But we will go there regardless. If we want to get out of this samsara, then we have to practice diligently. So mindfulness is what we really need to cure this samsara sickness. Because when we listen to the Dhamma talk itself, that cannot shift our life. We cannot become enlightenment just to listen to the Dhammakanda without practicing. If we just listen to the Dhamma and then go home, back to normal, then we keep on repeating ourselves life after life. That is why when we listen to the Dhamma, we have to take that into action and practice. That is the way to cure this mind, to get out of this samsara. So it all depends on all of us. Now let's say if you like to meditate, then that is suitable for you on sitting meditation. Like you are sitting like full lotus right now. That is best for you, but not for the others. But maybe she would do loving kindness, then she keep on practicing loving kindness. One day she will realize something.
I understand diploma in engineering Colombo. What is the essence of Buddha's philosophy as you understand it?
It's very simple. Like we already understand, we already know that Buddhism is not a religion. It is a philosophy, the way of life. The way of life, the way of living. That is why we have to practice to see the truth of this samsara. We have to understand it right. Otherwise, we keep on repeating ourselves into the religious thing. We are repeating ourselves like that, generation after generation. That is why our Buddhism is become one of the religion in the world who also practicing all these spiritual things. Not just in Vietnam, not just Sri Lanka, Thailand, and everywhere now after the same thing. So the way of life is how we live mindfully, how we live with kindness, compassion, and how we bring peace to ourselves and the others. Just imagine, if you practice loving kindness, all those people surround you will love to be around you. But if you don't practice loving kindness and you always have an anger mind, then the people around you, they will leave one after another. Right? Let's say in this crowd right here, when I talk, when I try to deliver my message, if I'm with the angry mind, would you stay here and listen? Of course not. It's because I'm making it fun first. Secondly, I'm still mindful on my speech. And this is the truth that I want to share with love and kindness. That is why this energy brought you back together and keep you staying here. So, in the village where we live, if there's a one people or one person who commit into a really bad karma, then of course all the people around always have to watch out from him, and then we scare as well. But if there's a person who lived peacefully and always brought peace and happiness to the people around in that village, of course we all always wanted to be surround him, that person. So practicing the way of living in this life for ourselves and for the others, that is the Buddha teachings. How to liberate all kind of sufferings. Once we are not suffer, we don't want the others to suffer as well. Because we understand the suffering, the root of it. And we are afraid of all those. So we understand that all the beings are also the same. That is why the Buddha wanted to teach us, to show us the way, show us the path. But again, he said, don't listen, don't believe in what I said yet. You have to take that into action. Practice it. Once you practice, you get the results. Now you choose to believe, to follow or not. And of course, the Buddha cannot drag you along that path. He already said, this path will lead you to happiness. And this path will lead you to suffering, samsara. Whichever path you want to walk on is totally up to you. He cannot take your hand and drag you along. Can never do that. So the way of life, the way of living in this world, we have to do something for ourselves first before you can help the others. But live peacefully and happily and practice the Buddha teaching to liberate all kinds of sufferings.
Thank you very much, Venerable Thero. We've been talking about kindness and empathy. We've stressed on those two qualities so much, and I believe all of you here are young leaders. And of course, a leader should always be kind and empathetic. Those are two qualities that a leader must have. And of course, we have Mr. S.C. Veerasekara, who has been a great leader for many years, leading different groups in different companies. I'd like to ask you, how important is it for a leader to be kind and empathetic towards those around him?
As for Venerable Thero Saranai, I don't think there could be any leader in the absence of kindness, compassion. Because, why you call a leader? Because you always look out for the person to have some assistance, help, motivation, guidance, all these things that we expect from a leader. So why are we calling a leader? I mean, we have this Western teaching of, differentiating what's from a leader. So that leader, as per Buddhism, is someone who can look up and, have some empathy that he or she would help you develop yourself. So that I'm sure that in the absence of kindness, compassion, there is no leadership. Thank you. Thero Saranai.
Thank you very much, Mr. Veerasekara. Venerable Thero, you have been leading a group of the Mahasangha throughout this peace work, and you have also witnessed so many devotees from different countries also coming in to support this global mission. What is your thought on this, about how every leader in each country, whatever the position that you may hold, whatever the group of people that you may lead, how important is it to be kind and empathetic towards those following you?
Many people call me a leader of Walk for Peace, and I said, no, I'm not a leader, I'm just a person who walk in front to receive a lot of things. But I go eat after everyone, I go sleep after everyone, and everything after everyone. So nothing good about leadership. And so when we walk that far, and there's so many people ask, can we do it yearly in the United States? And now after that, the walk in the United States, and there's different countries also invited us to come to walk. They always say that we are Shepherd too, not just United States. So can you come and walk in our country? I said, right now, I'm focusing starting the Dhammacakya project, the Mersupa this year, the next year. And so if we have the chance in the future, we will continue this walk for peace to support the people around the world if possible. But we are not committed in anything because I don't know tomorrow. I don't want to promise and then I break my promise to you all. And so the message that I share, that even though we already ended the journey in Washington DC, the White House area, but this walk for peace journey is just a starting. It's not ends yet. Why? It's because we have to walk every day. And I told the crowd the story of mine. I say, I am one of the fireflies. And I just fly here and there. Wherever I fly, I want all of these fireflies to join me with one of my little bitty light. Cannot shine the whole world, right? But imagine if all the people in this country, in this crowd right now, add lights together with mine, we can shine the whole country. And that is what I really want. And I'm hoping that it will happen that way. Because we suffer too much already. We want something better. And we deserve better. We don't have to be like this. We don't have to suffer like this when we being born. To become a human, and we still suffer a lot. So wherever I go, I really hope that all the people who I meet along the road will join me in this mission to walk with me in spirit by practicing mindfulness every day. That by practicing the message that I share every time, today is going to be my peaceful day. That all you need to do is just write that statement down every morning when we wake up. Why it's so important when it's so simple is because when our mind is vague and when our mind is has nothing to do, it will automatically pick up all the trash to chew it over and over. What are the trash? Trash means all those defilements, suffering, unhappy, everything. I call those are trash. Everything in here. So when the mind empty, nothing else to do, it will pick up all those to think it over and over. That is when we are overwhelmed with thoughts. And that is when we suffer. So before the mind picking up all those trash, we don't let it. We don't let it. We give ourselves a chance to be better. By getting a piece of paper out, write out the statement, today is going to be my peaceful day. It's very simple. Write that down. When the mind with the hand is pairing it with each other, by writing that, you're practicing mindfulness. And then you read it over and over with your eyes. Now your eyes and your mind is pairing with each other, practicing mindfulness, concentration. Now, say it out loud. Today is going to be my peaceful day. I want you to repeat when I count to 3, loud and clear, okay? Today is going to be my peaceful day. 1, 2, and 3. I want to hear you louder. One more time. You imagine that energy if all the people in this country and around the world repeat the same thing in every morning, what's going to happen? It's because we already have been spread hate, anger, delusion, greed, and all kind of hateful things to the universe. And what goes around comes around. That is why we've been receiving so much disasters. Suffer. Now instead of continue throwing all those hatred and hateful things into the universe, we only throw loving kindness, compassion, and peace message to the universe. So that the universe will return back with full of peace, happiness, and everything. This world will become a better place to live. Peace will be flourished throughout this universe. By practicing that simple message every day. Because when we get ourselves ready for the day with that message, it will remind us throughout the day, easily and effectively.
Thank you very much. And with you, we will want one more question. I believe, yes, we have something from that.
Venerable Pankaj Hero, I'm representing BCAS private campus as the deputy head of law school, and also I work as an adult at law here in Sri Lanka. So I'm actually studying the political background behind this ongoing war. So I know in order to cover the impact of the Epstein files on Trump and the so-called powers of USA started this war. So you are basically doing something here that even international law organizations couldn't do. So first let me appreciate your effort and the effort of your crew to, you may be, I don't know what you're actually currently going through when going through this war all over the world, but I really appreciate your courage that you are having, challenging yourself and the profession maybe. You are doing something that none of us couldn't do. So first, let me ask you, how did you find that courage to protect all of us? Thank you.
As a Buddhist monk, the Buddha said, you have to do your duty, which is study and practice. Let the king and the government handle their things as political things. And so when I walk in the United States, people questioning about our president, Mr. Trump. And I always said, my message is not excluded anyone. All civilians need to listen. Our government also needs to listen, regardless of what background and who they are. Because this is peace. This is what we seek in every single day. This is what we worshiping every single day that I mentioned in my talk. I said that this. We are Christians, we are Catholic, we are Buddhism, Hinduism, Taoism, all those religions in this world. We practice every day. And all that religions in common, we have one similar common religion that all beings are worshiping for every single day, which is the religions of peace, compassion, and loving kindness. All beings need this. All beings thinking of this every day because we suffer. That's why we need peace. That's why we need love and kindness and compassion. And so when we walk like this, we are not trying to fight anyone. We are not trying to criticize anyone, regardless of what people throw in at us. Remember, lemons, rock, bitter melons. Remember, regardless of what they are throwing at us, we receive them all with kind. That is how we practice the Buddha teaching. And so, when it comes to the political point, we are not allowed to discuss anything about that. But we have to do the thing that we're supposed to do to bring peace to the people who are ready to receive the message and who are ready to practice the Buddha teaching to have peace for our life. So, regardless of what's going on in this world, war, conflict, and all those things, I know it's very difficult for us to bear all those feelings and difficult for us to stay still, but let us think this way. The more we add to it, the more sharper it is. It cannot sharpen anything. But imagine, with this much of crowd right now, just only worshiping peace, compassion, and loving kindness, the world is already sharpened. That much. Already eliminated that much of people that is going to spread hate into the universe. It's better, right? If we don't practice this way, that this much of people continue spreading hate and anger to the universe, what's going to happen? It's just going to create more tears. So the more people join in this walk, the better it is for this world. And should this universe will go back to the old day, which is kind, which is peace, which is very beautiful place to live. So we need to join in this mission together. The more people join in, the better it is.
Thank you very much.
I'm Pavisarami Hindi from Bharamahadevi Balika Vidyalaya Kiribadgoda. Venerable Sir, what are some ways that we can do to promote peace as young school children? Thank you.
Yesterday I talked about the students. How many of you have cell phone? Raise your hand. Students. How many of you have cell phone with you?
Phones, how many of you have cell phones with you? Mobile phones? Raise your hands. Mobile phones, how many of you have mobile phones? Okay, with you.
How many of you love playing games?
How many of you love playing games? Games on the phone? Video games?
How many of you love to surf the internet?
How many of you like to surf the internet?
Don't be shy, okay? Okay. Probably because of the situation, because of materialities, we don't have enough. And it's not when our living is not wealthy enough, so that's why we don't have a cell phone. But in those developing big country, let's say America, a little kids have iPad, and they just stick in their face and their eyes to that iPad every day. Right? Playing game, go online, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, everything. But now we are very great. You must be grateful because we don't have those yet. Not many, not much. But still, there are many other things that also pull you off track as well. So, as a student, regardless of what you have, even if you have cell phone, then please remember this. First, 1 hour before bed, no cell phone. 1 hour after you wake up, no cell phone. Or 2 hours, even better. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you should do is what? Make your bed. How many of you make your bed after you wake up? It means that you need to clean and fold your bed sheet and everything. Raise your hand. Okay. Some people are just like this, afraid. I only do half. When you wake up, you make your bed, you fold, you make it look nice and neat. That is practicing mindfulness. You clean the bed, you clean your mind. After that, you go to the bathroom. For those who have cell phone, this is going to be the habit of using the cellular phone, which I call your lover. In the United States, when I walk, I call that cell phone as a lover. Okay? So if you bring your lover to the toilet and talk, it means that you are addicted. Why have to be in the toilet? The toilet is for you to do number 1 and number 2, right? And it smell good or no? Of course, it doesn't smell good at all in the toilet. Then why do you take your lover to the toilet and whispering with each other? Sometimes you are unmindful, you drop your lover into the toilet bowl. Now you have to buy a new lover. And you don't know, there are people out there waiting for their turn too to go to the toilet, to talk to their lovers. So you have to be kind to them too. Okay? All those are fun, but it's serious. Because this is going to be the habit in the future if you are not yet developed that. All the students, all the people in those developing countries, they use the toilet in the bathroom a lot. Sometimes when you go to the bathroom and you hear talking, what are they talking? But they talk in the toilet, so don't do that, okay? So leave your phone outside, go to the toilet, do number 1 and number 2, cleanse your face, come out, get a piece of paper, write down the statement. Today is going to be my peaceful day. You as students should do this every day. Not just students, but all of us should do this every day. And throughout the day. Yesterday I encouraged this school to apply mindfulness class into school system. And this is what I have a vow for. I vow that all the school will apply this mindfulness meditation class into the school systems to support the students. Remember, the more the technology is rising high, the virtue also going down. The mind going down. Now you don't have cell phone, you could remember a lot of things, right? But in America, I asked how many phone numbers that you actually can remember. Only 2, 3, 5 phone numbers that they could remember. Versus 15, 20 years ago, they could memorize the whole phone book. What's going on right there? What's happening? Because we depend on technology. We live and depend on it. We are not using this anymore. So this is shrinking. It's supposed to be like this, now it's shrinking down like this every day. Later on, maybe when we just sit here, have I eaten yet? Have I dreamed yet? We're gonna become like that if we let ourselves go that route. So if you don't have technology yet, you must be grateful. If you do have technologies in hand, you have to be clever enough to use it the right way. And apply meditation, mindfulness meditation in school and at home. That could help to really restore this mind, memories, and also is scientists proven that the more mindfulness practicing, the better result we will have in work and school every day.
Chuyện này.
I'm Sridhar from Sri Kalyanagam School. Venerable Sir, my question would be, many people carry the weight of the past hurts. How do we practice the forgiveness you mentioned in your teachings without feeling like we are ignoring the pain? Thank you.
mindfulness and loving kindness. Loving kindness has no boundaries. No boundaries whatsoever. You know, we talk about a lot. Things we should care and love each other and so on, and forgiveness and things like that. But we forgot one thing, that is beings. There's a lot of beings in this world suffer, but they couldn't speak. They couldn't say what they want, which is all kind of animals. So that is why the Buddha told us loving kindness, and loving kindness is no boundaries. Regardless of that person is your enemy, feel it because they are suffer, because they are your relative, then there will be no stopping point, there will be no wall between all of us. And of course, there are so many beings in this world that is suffering, but they couldn't speak out, like animals, like dogs, like elephants, and everything that is happening around the world. And as we have the mindset, we know what is wrong, what is right, but they don't. They just live based on their food, they fight for food, they fight to survive. That is their life, that is why they suffer in that room. And then, when they die in that animal form, they're not sure that they'll be able to be born as a human being again, because they continue committed to that karma. And so, we as human beings, we have to open our heart to all beings, not just a human, but to all beings, so that we can practice and become the true children of the Buddha. Sometimes loving kindness is not. We don't have to think it's so big. We can just look at within our family members, our small community, and our world, our inside world, not the outside world. Inside of this world have all kind of wild animals. It means all kind of defilements, all kind of mind that is not wholesome. And that world is the same thing as the outside world. We are suffering every day like that. And we are not be able to kind for ourselves. Because when we commit into something, then we get angry at ourselves. We regret. The more we do in that, the more we are not loving ourselves. That is why when I walk and I show people, can you just please put your left hand on top of your heart, and then the right hand on top of your left hand. Let us all do that then. Left hand on top of the heart, right hand on top of the left hand. Do it now. All you need to do is just close your eyes. Feel the heartbeat is beating. Just close your eye and feel it. Because of unwisdom, I have done wrongful things to all beings. I am now asking for forgiveness. Because of unwisdom, I have done and committed into unwholesome things that hurt my soul. I'm now forgiving my soul. Can you feel those heartbeats? Thank you. If you can reflect this like this, just feel your heartbeat, feel that inner child is craving for help, craving for love. If you could do that, give yourself some love, because it also needs love. You only feed this physical body with food, materials, but your inner child, which is your mind, also hungry. Every day. That is why it's shrunken. Now, you need to feed that. You need to feed your inner child with kindness. That is how you start to radiate this metta, loving kindness to all beings. By mindfully doing that for yourself, ask for forgiveness from yourself. We are all beings, all human beings, we committed into so many things wrongful. Thoughts, speech, actions. But those are also the past. No one can change history. What is already done is become history. We cannot undo it. But what we can do is to ask for forgiveness for ourselves, from ourselves, and let it go. Whenever those thoughts pop up again, take a deep breath. Feel your inner child. Give yourself some love. Move on to the next step. Instead of holding all those regretful things. If we can do that, we are practicing mindfulness, we are practicing loving kindness, metta. To us, what about the animals? They can't do all that. They cannot do all that. That is why we as human beings, we have the ability to do that to help, which is don't hit them, don't kill them, don't hurt them. You know why we don't do that? Because they are also our relatives in many past lives. Talk about Aloka. Aloka was a stray dog following us on the journey of walking India and Nepal on day 6 from Kolkata, India. By the time he saw us walking in, he joined the team. At the beginning, he was afraid to get closer to the monks when we tried to feed him and give him water. He's still scared because he was a stray dog. And that's why now you can see wherever he goes, if he sees dogs, he just wants to protect himself. That's why he growled. Because he's scared. He's been into many fights. Even though when he walked with the monks, he encountered a lot of fight with the wild animals and dogs. That is why he always protected. But why he stick with us that much? I truly believe he was a monk before too. It's just because of Sila Devi. He became a dog. And now he found the way again. That's why I named him Aloka, light. Hoping that he will find the light of wisdom to liberate all kind of suffering, to gain the nirvana stage. That's why I named him Aloka. It means that we have some type of connections in the past. That is why he followed us that way. That is why now he's on the peace mission. Same like the monks. There are so many people who love and care for him. He has millions of fans, followers all over the world. So they care for him so much. You know, the journey for him to come to Sri Lanka is very difficult. And not many people wanted him to travel. They care and they protect him. And they also talk about me being not caring for him too. But I always say he has his own mission, same as the monk. Even if we die, we are okay with it. We are happy to die to bring peace to some people. Just a stray dog could do that. It means that there are so many more animals out there could be able to do that. It means that we have the connection together. If you learn the Buddha teachings, we'll find out that in many suttas, Buddha talk about that dog is watching out the goal that he was buried in his previous life, and now reborn as a dog, and then just staying there and watch out those goals and things like that. Remember? So tell us that they are our relatives, and in the future we will become relatives again. So we should protect them, their life, because they don't have the ability to protect themselves. But instead, they keep on killing to keep them survive. So no boundaries for loving kindness and compassion in Buddhism.
Thank you, Venerable. We have more questions, I believe. Yes.
Dear Honorable Khera, I am an undergraduate in the Institute of Vocational Technology, Lakmananda. Today, we all, especially youngers and students, use social media as also AI technology, especially AI technology for their learning and works. How we can use this AI technology to make peace in people's heart?
AI technology is one of my talk I said. When we eat, nowadays AI can do a lot of things for us, which is wonderful. Nothing wrong with AI, okay? Don't get me wrong. But there are so many people misuse it. Let's say earlier I mentioned to you about forgetting our mind, our memories. Remember about technologies. Because we depended on it. Now that so many students, even if you want to write a very simple essay, a simple email, you also ask AI to do it for you. What's going to happen? Back then we can calculate the math with using this. Now we don't use this anymore. We use AI to solve the problem for us. So if we keep doing that to ourselves, we are not us anymore. We are just a robot. And sometimes there are people go online and ask AI, what should I do about this? How should I think about this? Hello, it's you, it's your mind. Why you ask AI? AI cannot eat for you. AI cannot breathe for you. Right? So if we be able to manage the uses of technologies, then we are in a safe hand. But if we not, we depend on it, and if we misuse it, we will ruin our life. We will ruin our life. Always try to solve the problem with this first. Until you are overwhelmed, until you are out of resource, then now you can ask for help. Ask AI for help. But before you use this, don't touch, don't ask. Instead, ask your mind. You should do that. Regardless of how wonderful the AI is nowadays, it's just the tools. If we don't use that tools the right way, we will kill ourselves. Just like holding the knife. You are holding the knife on your hands right now. If you are clever enough, that knife is very sharp, isn't it? It's very sharp. If you're not mindful, if you're not clever enough, you will slice off your skins, you will slice off your fingers, your ears, everything on this body, and you could kill the other two. So we have to be clever, have to be mindful, holding that knife. AI technologies on the knife that we are holding right now. Must be extra careful. Use it the right way. Use it when you need. That is very important. Okay? Always use this first before asking for help. If you can do that, you'll be okay. That's why mindfulness is jumping in right there too.
Thank you very much for the My dear students, so we have come to the end of today's session, but before that I'd like to take a moment to thank the Academy of Kamikade for giving us the opportunity to have this useful conversation, also to Mr. Neersekera for joining us today. And also to our students from the different other schools, the universities and the schools for being here with us today to be a part of this conversation. And finally, Lothero, this is the youth of Sri Lanka, the future of Sri Lanka that you see before you. What is your final message to the youth of Sri Lanka?
My final message. Today is going to be all peaceful day, practice like that. I think that I have covered a lot today, and we should take that into action. And don't waste our time anymore. We don't have a lot of energy and time left in this world. So use your life as a human being. Do that before we leave this world. Because we don't know if we'll be able to reborn as a human being again. For that reason, always practice mindfulness and repeat that message every day. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Thank you so much, and may you all be well, be happy, and be peaceful with all the merits that we as a Buddhist monks who walk for peace, who have cultivated during the walks in India, USA, now Sri Lanka. I would like to share it to all of you here and all the beings here. May you all always be well, be happy, and be peaceful, and always have a great teachers to guide you to practice the Buddha Dhamma and liberate all kinds of sufferings, attempt Nirvana. Namo Buddhaya.